One's trying to tell me to get myself straight. By the way, it was Brother Tardic's idea. He called and said, "Can you wear a cap and gown?" I said, "Wear a cap and gown?" He said, "Yeah, we want that, for the special effects." And I said, "Sure." But of course, without my wife correcting me and put it together, I can't put it on right. So, mashallah, mashallah. The first thing I want to say is, alhamdulillah, all praises due to God. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations to Jinna and Salam and Ibrahim. Alhamdulillah, I know you're all excited.
Yeah, so great.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now we're here to celebrate you. So that's what it's about. It's about joy. We want to celebrate them. And I just wanted to share a few thoughts, because we got Sister India coming up. I'm waiting to listen to her. I actually wanted her to go first. So I can, say, okay, I won't say that. I won't say that. Okay, I'll say this. But alhamdulillah, we're all here as part of a family. So I just wanted to, and I love your Quran recitation, all of you. May Allah bless you and continue to increase you. It was an inspiration to me and the others. And this is a poem that was read at my high school graduation quite some time ago. We won't say exactly how long ago, but Tariq already let cat out of the bag. His pops and uncle were in North Carolina at the same time, in college. So this says, "An end yet a beginning. Graduation brings many things to sight. Happiness, sorrow, but mostly delight. Now it's time to say goodbye. Some will laugh and some will cry. It's really hard to know just how to feel, because the thought of graduating just doesn't seem real. You're letting the bad things slip deep in the past in hopes that the good thoughts always will last. Some people say they have no good memories of school. Take a look at that person and you're seeing a fool. We've experienced a million things through the years. Now friends, new friends, many loves, the joys and the tears. There's much more to it than the above listed things. Just think of the knowledge through the past we have gained. Now back to the present and forget all the past, because the hands on the clock will start to move fast." Can I get an amen? Amen. Because the hands on the clock will start to move fast. We must now prepare for college or work. No more classes or assignments to shirk. As time will go by, you'll see some old friends, and the talk of the table will be of back then. So take this last moment to bid your adieu. For the rest of the way, it depends upon you. And also one of my classmates, Jimmy Eastman, Plant High School, class of 1973. That was bad. I don't know. So, and I didn't stop. So this is the graduate. I'm a member of the class of 2023 also. Bayan Islamic Graduate School, in partnership with Chicago Theological Seminary. 4 weeks ago, my wife and I were there and attended the commencement exercise. I completed a 3.5-year program there and got a Master's of Divinity in Islamic Chaplaincy. Alhamdulillah. And I only say that to say is that it's never over. You never stop learning. You never stop growing. You never stop striving. Whether you're in an institution or not, it don't matter. Keep striving. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep studying. The reward is immense. So don't worry about it. Just keep going. And for many of us in the audience, I would encourage you, never stop. I have associates now who are in the Islamic speakers. They're in the Leadership Institute who are pursuing graduate degrees. One of them is a mother who has 3 teenage children. Went back to school after 20 years, 25 years. Is in the program now. Got her master's degree. Now she's going on for a doctorate. Another one who had started a career, took time off for 25 years, actually 30 years to raise her children. Now she's in a doctoral program, right? And they also paint, they have other hobbies and things like that. So it's not over. So you all are an inspiration to us. We're celebrating you, but your example works for all of us. So I would encourage everybody, never stop. And also in the state of Georgia, you realize if you're over 62, they'll pay for your degree. You can go back to school for free. So if you didn't finish your bachelor's, finish it up. If you want to get your master's, get your master's. Do it. It's available. Take advantage of these resources. That's one of the few good things Georgia does do, right? Right? So take advantage of it while you still have time. So I only have 3 pieces of advice for my young colleagues here. And I've already overgone my limit. My wife gave me the eyes. The first one is strive. So many of the themes that I have seen in graduations involve birds and flying and soaring, right? It's about flight. It's about escaping the gravity. It's about rising. So I would encourage you to continue to strive, right? They say aspiration and inspiration are all connected, and motivation. Because if you aspire to do something, you find something that inspires you to do it. And that's your motivation. So keep doing it, keep striving, keep going. You 3 are students of excellence. I already know that. It reflected in the way that you are and what you do and the comments that your teachers, your educators have made about you. So continue, right? Strive to be excellent. A person I know is going to run for student council treasurer. His mother asked him, "Why are you running for treasurer?" He said, "Well, I want to be in student government." His mom said, "Why don't you run for president?" The kid said, "Well, I don't know if I can win president." Then the kid's father said, "You hear what your mom said? What she's trying to tell you is you're going to put in the same effort whether you're running for treasurer or not, so why not run for president? Why not strive to be the best?" So the lesson in that is, if you're going to do something, strive to do the best at it. That's an inner motivation. It doesn't matter what people on the outside say. Yes, when you get the degree, alhamdulillah, it'll be great. But it's the effort that you put in, and nobody can measure that. Only you can. So strive to be the best. The second thing is stay grounded. Stay grounded. Brother Tariq mentioned character. Character is who you are for real, when nobody else is looking. What's in your heart? And hey, we all have flaws. But if you stay grounded in that character and you strive, you understand who you are. And understand that all of this love of your families, of this Makkah Institute, of the teachers, Brother Tariq, Sister Rochelle, all of them are pouring into you because they believe in you and they love you. So that is part of who you are. Stay grounded in your character. And finally, trust in the divine. You may say you trust in God, you say you may trust in Allah, but the thing is, trust. When you do your best, if you set the best intention and you do your absolute best, trust in what happens is what is supposed to happen. You're not going to win all the time. You're going to fail sometimes, but that will build you also. Sometimes the best lessons are taught when you lose something, because it makes you reconsider something you might not have done before, and then you learn to value that. So whatever happens, just trust in Allah, trust in God, trust in the divine. So that's it. Strive to be the best. Know who you are and stay grounded in your character. And then trust in God. Do your best and trust. And that's it. I wish you all the best. You're wonderful. I wish you the brightest. And remember, when the test comes, just keep fighting. Keep fighting. Win, lose, or draw, get up and do it again. And remember, there's another verse in the Quran that says, وَمَا تَوْفِيقِي إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. But my success is only by God. So good luck.
right, so we're going to see if we can get a microphone set up since we have so many young ones with us. But also, we're going to present a video for you to kind of break up the presentation a little bit. Are we ready for the video?
Yes.
Lights.
Can we get somebody to hit the lights in the back?
Pairing
Jalen?
connected.
Anybody know that picture? Anybody? What's that picture? Somebody say it loud. Kaaba, right? That's Mecca. That's the inspiration for this institution. You have any sound?
1 second. 1 second. I have it on mute. That is why. Shh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear Jannah, Alhamdulillah, it has been a great pleasure knowing you and teaching you. MashaAllah, you are a very intelligent, hardworking, and a good-hearted student. I pray to Allah that He gives you the ability to continue seeking dini knowledge and continue learning the Quran and practicing on it. I wish you all the best for your future. Remember, no matter what you do, always stay on the right path, be humble, respect your parents, and you will be successful in both worlds, inshallah. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear Salam, Alhamdulillah, it has been a great pleasure knowing you and teaching you. MashaAllah, you are a very hardworking, intelligent, and a good-hearted student. I pray to Allah that He gives you the ability to continue seeking dini knowledge and continue learning the Quran and practicing upon it. I pray to Allah He fulfills all your dreams and wishes and give you lots of success in this world and the Akhirah. I wish you all the best for your future. Remember, no matter what you do in life, always stay on the right path. Hold fast to the Quran and Sunnah. Be humble, respect your parents, and you will be successful in both the worlds, inshallah. Ameen.
Welcome, Jannah and Salam. First of all, congratulations. You are graduating this year. Many best of luck for your coming days, coming years. And first of all, I would like to say, all of you have all the skills, all the things that a successful person is with, like empathy. All you have to do, be confident and stay firm. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear sisters, Jannah and Salam, congratulations on your last year at Makkah Institute. And my prayer to the both of you as you move forward is that you believe in yourself and that you believe in yourself more than anything and anyone else in this world, and that you shoot for the stars. As you go about making decisions and completing your goals, do it with all of your heart, do it with everything you have. And don't worry about the results. Don't be attached to the results, what they're supposed to look like. As long as you, with each step, take each step with love.
Dear Jannah and Salam, good morning. As I get the privilege to give the most beautiful inside out, ladies, keys of excellence. I would first of all thank you both for giving me the privilege of being your teacher. It's an honor for me to teach you ladies English while at the same time see you both growing into wonderful, mindful, thoughtful student, an excellent student. So my first key of excellence message goes for Jenna is I do remember the very first day of our class back when you were in high school, I mean grade 9, and in one of the writings you told me through your writing, you shared your talent of connecting with people, of empathizing with them. That wonderful thing, wonderful habit, wonderful notion of being insightful, which you are blessed with, I would like you to use it as the keys for success in your life. At times, there may be failure, but take that phase as a gift to learn and grow from what you were before. Bring the shine in you with those failures. And I would like to give you an analogy here to explain my point. The analogy of a car. When you sit in a car and drive, you have three mirrors to look at. First, you look at the rear mirror. The rear mirror helps you to see what's behind your car. In life, learn from your past. It will teach you a lot to structure your present. Just like in a car, we have side mirrors. We look at that. We look at those mirrors to see what's coming in front of us. That side mirrors are your present. It tells you what's going to happen. What you have learned from the past helps you prepare for your present. And the moment you look in the front, at the front you see the cars going, you can be careful. Use your present to beautify your future in all horizons. Second point is never ever lose hope. You know you are strong. At times you may feel that I just want to give up. I can't do it. Instead, say, I am possible. It's not impossible, it's I am possible and I can make it. So be positive, be strong, and stay firm in your goals, in achieving your dreams, and you will see success coming in all forms in your life. I wish you all the very best and success in all your life's endeavors. Secondly, I would like to talk about Salam. Salam, I remember that you have a quality from the very beginning of grade 9 up till now. You have the quality of asking questions. And I love that. Asking questions is the first step to attain excellency in work. When you ask questions, it will also allow you to take ownership of your work in a positive, constructive way and to keep balance between your thoughts and your actions. I wish you all the very best and may you be blessed with success in all your endeavors. Again, I really feel proud of Jenna and Salam, of the hard work that they have done and what they have showcased in terms of the
You will experience success.
So those are some of our teachers. Obviously, they weren't able to be here. We do have teachers in different parts of the globe as well. We have students in different parts of the globe. And that picture, as you all said, that was a picture of Masjid al-Haram, excuse me. And this is located in Mecca. It's the inspiration for this institution. And one thing for those, by a show of hands, who all has performed Hajj? Okay, so the people that have their hands up, they have completed one of the pillars of Islam, which is to make this pilgrimage. And there may be some people who haven't made Hajj, but maybe they made Umrah. Are there any other people that have made Umrah? Okay, so we have some people that have also made Umrah as well. So the people that have had their hands raised, myself included, my wife included, Jenna, Ibrahim, all of my children up until Mariam have actually been to this place as well. So Mariam was actually born in Saudi. But being there, living in Saudi and being able to visit Masjid al-Haram and seeing it, face to face, and knowing that this was the first house of worship that was ever built. The first place of worship, that was ever built for any human being. You all just witnessed it, And so it's an amazing thing to see it, because when you see it, one of the things that will immediately overwhelm you is that you see every group of people there. You see Chinese, you see Indonesians, you see Nigerians, you see South Africans. Every part of the globe is represented at this one place. And they're all there for only one purpose. They're not there because of a soccer game, football game, a president's speech. They're all there at that one place for the worship of the God, Allah. And so, and as I mentioned before, I like to slow down and just kind of explain some things because, again, our student population is not all Muslim. The people present are not all Muslim. But the word Allah is not the same as God in English, although we often use that word. Because the English word God can be maneuvered. It can be God with a big G. It can be God with a little g. It can be God with an S on the end. It can be God with S at the end, goddess, right? Goddesses. So the word God in English can be maneuvered and manipulated to fit what type of thing of worship we're talking about. But the word Allah in the Arabic language cannot be manipulated. It's one word that represents one entity, the God, you know. And so it's crystal clear. When somebody says Allah, it's crystal clear, no miscommunication who it is you're speaking of. Like if I said God did it, and I say that I didn't write it down, I said God did it, you wouldn't know which God I'm talking about. You wouldn't know if I'm talking about God with a big G or God with a little g. Because in the English language, they both exist. But in Arabic, when we use the word Allah, that's a proper noun that refers to only one entity. You know, so in that one entity, you see all these people, the millions that go there every year to worship that one entity and to purify themselves. So we have another speaker that's getting ready to come before us. I would like for Sister Rochelle to introduce her. There we go. So is that okay?
That's perfect.
Inshallah. Okay. So my partner will introduce our next speaker. Thank you.
So this is our main event. This is I told her, I said, I can't post that, you know, she's going to be here because we might have paparazzi outside. So I remember when I first met India, we were playing tennis. And I saw this little petite, you know, person, her very tall husband. I was telling her, I said, we're going to beat these guys. You know, they're going to be like easy work, right? And we get out there and they whipped up on us, you know. But ever since then, she has been such a great friend. She's been a supporter of Makkah Institute. Whenever I ask her for anything, you know, is how can I help out? She's just, you know, she's real cool. You know, I don't really like people too big with personality, so we really click. We walked the mountain together. She is a lawyer. These ladies, she volunteered to speak at one of our career days. One of the things we do at Makkah Institute, we try to get the kids thinking about what they want to do in life. Because I know a lot of times people waste a lot of time once they become an adult trying to figure out, oh, I like this, I don't like that. So on Fridays and some Saturdays, we'll get speakers to come out. My father-in-law has come and talked to the kids about being a chaplain, an air traffic controller, and truck driver, and we've had lawyers, doctors, and different people of different professions to come. And India volunteered once to come out, and the girls really liked her. You know, they liked her energy. And so when I asked them, well, who do you guys want to speak at your graduation? They said India. And so without further ado, we have Miss India Ali as our speaker. Assalamualaikum. It's so funny that you brought that up, Sister Rochelle. I remember speaking, and now I remember Salam. Salam did have a lot of questions. I think we were supposed to, you know, do the speaking maybe 30 minutes. We did it like an hour and a half. So I literally got a lot of questions. But alhamdulillah. As Sister Rochelle said, my name is India Ali. I am an attorney by trade. I do estate planning, and so I talk about legacy a lot. And so my topic today is going to be about legacy. I'm honored to be one of the commencement speakers for the 2023 graduating class of Makkah International Institute. As well it is a privilege to stand before you today and offer some words of inspiration as you step into this new phase of your lives. Not too long ago, I can recall graduating from high school. I remember that day so vividly. The relief, the readiness, the nervousness, the sense of accomplishment, but it was also coupled with the feeling of the job wasn't done yet. My and my family's expectations were always greater. And I had a basketball scholarship waiting me, and 2 days after graduation, I was headed to New York for summer workouts. So the reality of I did not know everything hit me really fast. You know, you graduate high school, you think you know everything. And so, yeah, I was an adult. I was grown, but I wasn't grown. And so today I stand before you with no regrets. But looking back on that graduation day, I wish I had the wisdom to understand that my legacy started as soon as I crossed that stage. That everything that I did or did not do would matter and would have an impact on my life 19 years later. So for today, for you, the graduates, I say your legacy starts now. So what do you want your legacy to be? This is not the end of the story. Brother Tyrek said that. This is not the end of the story. This is just the end of a chapter. And it's the beginning of a new chapter. And in this new chapter, as the main character, you will have to be more responsible, right? It doesn't get easier because you graduated high school. You got to be more responsible, more selective in your choices, more intentional, and even more faithful and diligent in guarding what Allah says you should protect. I have no doubt that your parents and the unique experience and education you received at this beautiful institute has prepared you for what's to come. However, as you go out into the world and into high school, Ibrahim, as young men and young women, know that it is now up to you to define what your legacy will be. So I ask you again, what do you want your legacy to be? I attended an alumni conference yesterday, and the keynote speaker referenced an ancient Native American philosophy called the 7th generation principle. I found the essence of the principle to be pretty profound, and I thought it would be appropriate to share it with you and the audience, of course. Essentially, it says that the decisions we make today should affect 7 generations of the family to come, and it should reflect the wisdom of the 7 generations before. I'll say it one more time. The decisions you make today, right, should affect 7 generations of the family to come, and it should reflect the wisdom of the 7 generations before. So I ask you again, what do you want your legacy to be? You owe a responsibility to the generations of your family that will come after you. And you owe a great debt of gratitude to your parents, grandparents, and the numerous generations that came before you. Your choices matter. Your ability to make informed decisions will matter. Your ability to think independently will impact your life and all the lives that will spring from you. Your reliance on Allah and Islam will be most imperative and paramount. Dear graduates, the course of your life will determine the course of all life. So I ask you again, what do you want your legacy to be? Your legacy starts now. Congratulations. And may Allah bless your legacy. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Sister India. Inshallah. That was called the 7 generation principle. That's profound. That's very profound. So, each one teach one. So I think that's definitely something that I'm going to walk away with. That was a lesson, a gem that I can implement, and hope that my actions reflect the 7 generations before me as well. So the next part that's coming up is we're going to have some presentations from our students. And again, going back to the teacher and me, I have a quiz because all of these young people have been my student at one time or the other in the classroom, not just like mentorship, but in the classroom, they've all been my students. So I always teach my students and I mentor my students that there are 3 people that go to college. So can one of my students raise their hand and tell me the 3 people that go to college? Okay, Jenna thinks she knows. Go ahead.
People that pay for college.
That's 1.
The people that go to college for free.
That's 2.
And the people that get paid to go to college.
That's 3. Does anybody need her to repeat that? In the back, did y'all hear it? All right. It's 3 people that go to college. And I asked my students to name those 3 people. So, Jenna, can you say it a little bit louder for people in the back?
The people that pay to go to college, the people that go to college for free, and the people that get paid to go to college.
So, at Makkah International Institute, this is a real school. We get ready to hand out real diplomas. And these students are going to real colleges. This isn't some, fictitious, we just kind of doing some stuff and, passing people along. This is all real. The people that we presented to come and speak, they have real degrees. This is real. The people that's in the audience, maybe 30 people that came just to see about 3 people. That's real. These people support you and they want to see big things from all of you. This is a real experience that we got to, as I mentioned, just slow down and savor it sometimes. So we're going to have some presentations come up from our students, but before we hear from our students, I want to hear from our first Makkah International Institute graduate. Because of those 3 people, and an audience time to test y'all. Audience, who are those 3 people that go to college?
Pay for college, people that go for free, and the people that get paid.
People that get paid. So from our first graduate from Makkah International Institute that causes us so much pride and happiness, which of the 3 you think she is?
She got paid.
She got paid. She got paid. Okay? And so, we don't like to brag on people too much, but it is important to share good news so we can inspire the next generation. She got, scholarships from many different schools, many different places. And if you added them up, it was close to about $400,000 that she received. So that's what it's about. So that's what it's about, getting paid to go to school. And of course, they don't write her a check and say, "Here go $400,000." College don't work like that. It's spread out over 4 years. And as I mentioned, it's many different schools, but it's still a number. It's still a number. It's still a marker. $400,000 that the next generation have to now try to either meet or pass. So we definitely putting the weight on shoulders in here. We got high expectations at Makkah International Institute. So hopefully by the time Ibrahim graduates, that number should be upward to the 1 million. Right? That's the goal, is that you're going to be going to school and you're going to offer so much to that school that they're going to say, "We got to have you." And they're not going to just say it. They're going to write a check and say, "Hey, look, young man, young woman, we got to have you because you are going to add to our university." And that's what we want. So without further ado, it's Christy.
Please excuse my sound. First off, hi, assalamu alaikum. I am very congested. The pollen is kicking my butt, so I sound horrible. Please excuse that. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm not big on stages or talks. We're talking, but I just want to start off by saying first, congratulations. It's definitely a monument. As being someone who graduated not long ago, almost 2.5 years ago, I can definitely say it was definitely like a woosah once you walk across the stage and you get your diploma. Being at Makkah Institute was very rewarding. I was here during the year of COVID, so I talked to a bunch of my friends who went to different schools during that time, and I feel like I gained the most out of everyone, to be honest. So that I am super, super grateful for, and it really helped shape me into my transition into college, especially because college is mentally toughening. It's very difficult, especially it's mentally, even physically. Sometimes you forget to eat. You're just standing there. You're like, I have 400 assignments to do. I don't have time to eat. I don't have time to sleep, But all of that is absolutely worth it, especially because, you can change, one thing I'm just going to say, Makkah Institute, having Brother Tariq as my math professor and as my science professor, it definitely helped me develop a connection with that branch, especially because being in public schools, they kind of strip that happiness from learning away from you. They make it so tiring and so strict, and you can't do this and you can't do this. They don't let you be a student. And with the opportunity to be a student, of course, I developed connections with different branches of studies. Like through Sister Rochelle, I learned my love for reading again, taking the time to sit down, read something, to really understand what you're reading, to ask yourself did I understand what I just read just now? You know, that's how it was being in Sister Rochelle's class. She would ask me questions, stimulate my brain. I would be like, you know what, Sister Rochelle, you're right. That made no sense. Let me go pick my brain and see how, we can come up with that solution. With Brother Tariq's help, I initially had entered college as a chem student. And I had lots of difficulties in the science field. And I was like, you know what? I feel like this is very stressful. Maybe I would like to take it up as a hobby instead and pursue something more. Next semester, I am going to Hunter College in the city. I'm not sure if you guys. I'm transferring to Hunter. I'm not gonna brag and say like it's the best college. It's not the Columbia of New York, but it is one of the top ranked schools there. And I'm going for philosophy and political science, and hopefully I will be going to Columbia Law once I graduate. So I'm really excited. And yeah, college, it's mentally stressful. It's so worth it. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so free, but you're really not free. It's just the truth. I'm so sorry, but you guys definitely are strong. You guys are intelligent. You guys are diligent, hardworking, and I know that for a fact. So I have no doubts in my brain that you guys will excel and fly through college. So all I'm wishing you is luck, and congratulations. Thank you. I'm so ready.
So definitely the bar has been set high, very high. And, the next generation just have to either meet it or exceed it. Those are our only options. Failure is not an option. So we're going to now hear from our students. So we will start with our valedictorian, then go to our salutatorian, and then go to Ibrahim.
Valedictorian.
That's Jenna.
Where's Jenna?
I think she was. Yes.
Okay, so initially, I wrote like a speech, but my father is really big on presentation, so I changed it to a poem. Okay. What stays, what goes, who are friends, who are foes. Assignments come and go. Friends come and go. Teachers and administrators come and go. Family is tied to you. Close friends are tied to you. And your brain is tied to you. Your brain is not your mind, and your mind is not your soul. Your soul stays. What is the soul? Your soul is you. Old, new, happy, blue. Make your soul someone you knew, someone you know. Figure out you. You is who stays. You is what goes. Don't let life flow. Don't let it froze. Grasp it and don't let it go. Keep on grasping until your hands no longer work, until you can look back with a smirk. Everything you poured into your soul, your mind, your brain, are more accomplishments that you gain. I have learned to walk and I'm ready to fly. If I didn't nurture myself and go after the things I wanted, what would have happened? I guess we'll never know.
I didn't do a poem, but yeah. Good evening, students and faculty, and thank you everyone for coming to the graduation of your beloved Makkah International Institute graduates. Today I'm here to celebrate our journey as scholars, daughters, sons, and a family. I want to start and acknowledge how fortunate we have been to have had resources readily available to aid our academic growth, caring teachers who want to see us grow and develop as a person, loving principals who make you feel like their own, and a counselor who makes sure her first priority is you, even with her own issues. As I stand here before you as the personification of confliction, I wonder how I got here. Around this time yesterday, I didn't think I'd be here. I worked so hard, yet I feel like I've accomplished nothing. I have a lot I wish I could have done differently, but this is not to say that what we have done doesn't matter. All of the lessons we have learned, both in and outside of the classroom, all the books we have read, essays we have wrote, nights we spent cramming for a test the next day, the relationships we began, ended, and mended, and all of the delightful and dreadful experiences that we have had throughout our schooling education. It has all led us to this day that we never thought would come so fast, our Year 12 graduation. As I reflect, I think about the environmentalists, our classmates, and some of the younger scholars really, who look towards solving planetary issues. I think about the entrepreneurs who created the devices to help the disabled and artists who can display a whole story through their drawings, mathematicians who can see the numbers in their mind and solve it as if they are doing a puzzle, and so much more. Among our class of 2023, we have individuals who are able to come together to do more than they could do in part. These past 4 years have been both memorable and life-changing. All of us here have changed and grown as individuals through our experiences here at school. I hope in the future you can stand here and recollect about your time throughout high school. Not about the boy you liked who didn't even notice you, or about the test you felt like had everything on it but the things you studied for. I want you to really reflect and ask yourself what you have learned. I learned that being a student doesn't mean just submitting assignments. It's participating and putting your best foot forward. I learned that being a good classmate isn't just telling your classmate the answer, but helping them understand how you got it, although it does help. I also learned that being a good daughter doesn't mean just keeping your room clean or doing your work, but putting in the extra effort and extra hours to remind your family that all of their hard work and money will someday lead to you being where I am, saying what you will about what you've learned. If I had any advice to give, it's take it in and be patient. Life has a funny way of getting you where you need to be, but in the end, you can make it. With that, I end my tangent and ask my final question. Guess what? I graduated.
I'm going to be saying a nasheed. Bismillah. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Oh my Lord, send your peace and blessings on the final prophet and his family and companions and those who follow him.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So we moving along. All right. Present up the diplomas. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Sister Michelle. You want to present them?
Sister Maria, can you come up and join us?
Sure.
Moment y'all has been waiting for.
All right. All right, so we've got one 8th grader and two 12th graders. And here we are, we're about to get started. So Ibrahim Abdul Malik, come on up.
Take a picture. Yep. Step up some of this.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know
Right
it was
there.
a picture.
You in, sister. You in.
That wasn't the plan.
You worked just as hard as they did.
It's not hard.
All right, Jenna Abdul Malik.
Smile for us. Sorry. Thank you.
Salam Mariam Kasser.
Thank you.
Huh? What y'all? Oh, no, I just graduated. Sorry.
All right, so Makkah International Institute has conferred your diplomas. You may now turn your tassel.
All right, so I did have a little, very small thing I want to just present to you all. This is especially for our graduates. And it's going to be short. I know we got food, and I don't want to be the person to slow people up for food. So I'll make it quick. All right, this comes from chapter 23 in the Quran. Anybody know why I chose chapter 23? 2023. Class of 2023. That's why I chose it. Let me show you the hidden blessing in that. Rochelle chose as the theme for the graduation what?
Keys to success.
Keys to success. Let me show you. Look at this now. Some of y'all already know where I'm going with.
I answered up, bro.
She chose for the theme of the graduation, keys to success. She did that without me. All right? Took the lead. This is what I'm doing. I said, okay, I'm going to present something. What I'm going to present? I don't know. Let's just go to chapter 23. Chapter 23, titled Al-Mu'minun. English translation, what? The believers. Listen to this. Successful. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. With the name of Allah, most gracious and merciful, I seek refuge in Allah from Satan and reject the enemy. Successful indeed. What was the theme of the graduation? Keys to success. We ain't playing this. I'm about to start tearing up. Hold on one second. So, y'all take out y'all phones. I want y'all to write some stuff down. It's the teacher in me. I can't help it. Okay? You're taking notes. School is not over. It's going to be officially ended after this.
Sorry, you can't do that. We just graduated.
So, y'all got to take some notes. This is heavy. I'm telling you, this is heavy. Tell me when y'all ready. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, y'all going to write down maybe like about 5 or 6 things. Okay? Successful indeed are the believers. Does it say Muslims? Does it say Christians? Say Jews? It says who? Believers. Okay? Successful indeed are the believers. Those who, number one, write this down. Humble themselves in prayer. Tell me y'all ready to continue. I'm giving you the keys to success. And my name ain't Bill Gates or any of these other folks, but I'm giving you the keys to success. All right? Number one was what? Those who what?
Humble themselves in prayer.
Humble themselves in prayer. Number two, those who avoid idle talk. Those who don't know what idle talk is, it's just talk that's not even benefiting us. You know, we got all of us in here, we have certain goals in our life. We wake up in the morning, we say we want to accomplish A, B, C in our life. We want to accomplish this by the end of the month. We want to accomplish this by the end of the year. All of us have goals. Idle talk are those things that take us away from our goals. So we stay focused in life. All right? Number two is what?
Avoid idle talk.
Avoid idle talk. Number three, those who pay zakat. Translation, somebody. Almsgiving, charity. This is how we fund educational institutions. All right? Those who pay zakat. Okay? All right? Those who pay zakat. And the word zakat, for those who don't know, it's an Arabic word. It actually has a subtle meaning of purification to it. So, you know, in America, this is big. Keys to success, y'all. In America, this is big because we become so infatuated with greed. I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get this. I got one car, I want two cars, I got one house, I need two houses. We get so caught up in just trying to acquire that begins to taint and make our heart become a little dirty. So what God says is, okay, you amassed all of this stuff, just take a little tiny portion and give it to the less fortunate. Not all of it, not half of it, not even a quarter of it. A tiny portion of what you have gained of all of this success, and just give it to those in need. That's zakat. All right, what number are we on? What's next?
You got to tell us what's next, but we're on number 4.
Number 4. All right. Number 4 is a big one. Those who guard their chastity. Woo! I mean, that one right there could be all of them. That shit, you know. Those who guard their chastity. So, as I mentioned, in this little small space here, we had daycare all the way up to 12th graders in this one small space. And what we quickly learned as educators, because we never did this before, had all these, and you know, we always just dealt with 11th graders, 9th graders. You know how public school is. You just do one group of people. What we quickly learned is whenever you put males and females in an area, there is a magnetic effect.
Yes,
Have y'all seen magnets before?
Yes.
What do?
Attract.
They attract. It's almost scientific to see it. You just drop some males and females in a room and step back and do a scientific study. They naturally come together. Right? So this little tidbit is telling us success belongs and is restricted to those who guard their chastity. How many diseases do we have now as a result of lewdness? I talked to my grandparents and asked them, when you was growing up, did y'all have herpes and syphilis? And I'm like, no, when I was growing, we had that. Kids got it now. In high school, they got this stuff in high. It ain't no longer an old folks disease. They got this. You said in middle school, right? So things that used to be reserved for adults now, middle school, they get access to. How many children are born out of wedlock as a result of not guarding our chastity? Right? How much poverty is a result of not guarding our chastity? I just heard a interview with Ice Cube. And, you know, Ice Cube is called the godfather of gangster rap, right? But one of the things he said was a large portion of his success he owes to his wife and family. He said, because when I was in the studio making music, when I was done, guess what? I'm going home. I got a family to take care of. All my friends, they go in the studio making movies and stuff, and afterwards they get going to the club, they getting drunk, they do all this kind of stuff, and the money they was acquiring, they just losing it. They come back to work the next day on broke. And meanwhile, he's saving money, he's investing money in his family. So this is a major concept. Number 4, those who guard their chastity. And it explains, except from their wives or bondswomen in their possession, but then they are free of blame. But whoever seeks beyond that are the transgressors. So it's limits, you know? And this is worthwhile slowing down and mention because this religion is not a religion of extremism. You know, they got this thing now, like, you know, they say Muslims are extremists. And it's impossible. It's impossible for a Muslim to be extremist. The Prophet himself said the best way is which way? The middle way. The middle way. That's the best way, the middle way. Not too far to the left, not too far to the right. So on chastity, look at what you have in society right now. You have some people who say, I want to be pure with God. And as a result of being pure with God, what do? I don't want no women, no spouse. I just want to be pure with God. That's on one side. Then on the other extreme, you got people who like, I don't want no marriage, man. Why would I get married to one woman? I can have this one and that one and this one and this one and that one and that one. Some of the people older than me, they remember a basketball player by the name of Wilt Chamberlain. Right? He was known for, he was a basketball player. He could have whatever he wanted. And his appetite happened to be women. Right? So what I'm saying is not strange. You flip on any television show these days, you see this mentality of lewdness perpetuated everywhere. So our religion is not one of the two extremes. We don't say, no, we're going to just become monks in a building where we don't have any relationships with women. We don't say that. We say, no, we like the relationships with the women. We like the relationships with the men. We enjoy that. We're human beings. But it's limits that's set. So as long as we don't transgress the limits, we're good. And God knows exactly what we want. He created us. So as long as we are abiding by what he says and don't transgress those limits, guaranteed what? Success. All right, what number we on? 5. All right. The believers are also those who are true in their trust and covenants. Right? You tell somebody, hey man, I got you next week. Don't be ducking and hiding. You know, some of us remember back then we say your word is your bond. You know, that was a speech. You say something, mean it. You say something, mean it. Live by your word. Somebody trusts something with you, hey, you can have the keys to the car, right? Jenna. Okay. You can have the keys to the car. Be back in at 11 o'clock. Don't be out till 6 in the morning. You can have the keys to the car. You're going to hang out with your friends. That's fine. Call me at this time. That's a trust. And one of the things that we all been there, myself included, you know, my father's in the audience, so he can bear witness. We all been here that, you know, we think that adults, parents are just trying to like just keep us captive as slaves, right? But it's not that. It's just that we just want to just protect what's precious. That's all. We just want to protect what's precious. So you make a trust, you make a covenant, hold on to it. Okay? What number we on? 6. How many you got written down?
5.
You got 5? All right, so number 6. Y'all sure that's 6?
Yes.
Okay. All right, somebody said it's 7. So trust and covenants. All right, the next, and those who are properly observant of their prayers. So number 1 was what? What was number 1?
Humble themselves in prayer.
Who humble themselves in prayer. And it goes full circle. What was the last one?
Observe your prayers.
Who are observant of their prayers. I don't think God made a mistake by saying prayers twice. I don't think so. Because in the prayer is your whole life. So what do I mean by your whole life? Because in order for you to pray, you must first have to do what? Huh?
Observe, learn.
That's all. That's true. What did you mention? Make wudu. For those who don't know what wudu is, that's washing ourselves with water, cleaning ourselves, cleaning our bodies, cleaning our clothes. Now imagine, because this is in the Quran, imagine a person who they have a house and in front of their house is a stream. And every time they leave and come into their house, they just wash up in that stream. They leave and go out. They come back home and they wash up and come into their house. Every time they did that, imagine what happened. That person's going to be clean. Not only that, when they come into their house, how's their house going to be? It's going to be clean. So as opposed to just once and twice, we're commanded to do this 5 times a day. Wash ourselves. Wash ourselves. Wash ourselves. Every time we use the bathroom, we don't just wash our hands. We also advise to do what? Clean our privates and stingy. Right? Clean our privates. Why would you clean your privates? Because that's dirt. It's filth. It's private. We do it in the bathroom. Nobody knows about it. But if God did not send us a prophet, we would not even know how to clean ourselves. I mean, we all go to work. We work in places with people of different faiths. And you open up the stall, and like somebody took a water hose and sprayed it in there. And dumped some other stuff all over the place. Right? So if we didn't have a prophet, somebody who was sent by God, we would not even know how to clean ourselves. This is the human being. This is the mercy in us being Muslim and being able to attend an Islamic institution that safeguards the parameters of our fitra, our natural upright disposition. The human being has a natural upright disposition. The human being has a what? Natural upright disposition that we want to preserve. And those who are properly observing their prayers, these are the ones who will be awarded paradise as their own. They will be there, how long? Forever. So don't give up, don't get lost. 2 or 3 minutes of happiness and you end up blowing your forever. Everybody in this building has at least 2 houses built for them already. Everybody, even you, Ibrahim, you got 2 houses for you. You know where they are? You got one in Jannah, and where's the other? And one in Jahannam. All of us got 2 houses built. Everything we do is taking us a step towards one of those houses. So just like I told my students, I said it's only 3 people go to college. It's only 2 people in this world. Those that's making their steps towards one house and those that's making their steps towards another house. So I ask you, my graduates, which one do you want to be? Of course. Right. So that concludes our graduation. Quiz time, pop quiz time. Who can name all, how many was it, 6 or 7? 6. 6? Who can name all 6? Somebody who's a student here. Who's a student? Somebody.
Oh, I just graduated.
Ibrahim, name all 6 of them. Come on, y'all help them out. What's the first one? Humble in prayer.
Idle talk.
Avoiding idle talk.
Pays a cat. Guard your chastity.
Guard your chastity.
True trust
Keeping your trust and covenants. And by the way, shameless plug, some of you might need an attorney, and trust and wills. That's our specialist right there. It's a different type of trust, but they're related, all right? But keeping your trust and your covenants. What else?
Observe your prayers.
And observe your prayers. All right, so now everybody has the keys to success. May we all be able to uphold that trust that has been placed on us and be amongst the successful. Amen. That concludes our graduation. All right, so now is the part that you all like. It's going to be some food in the back. Oh, yes. Hold up. Before we leave, thank you. This is the reason why we got good company. Can we get our beloved Sheikhun Afan to close us with dua? Quiet.
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Malik, Ya Hayy, Ya Dhul. Ya Allah, we ask Ya Allah to see our beloved Nabi Sayyid Muhammad al-Mustafa. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam, to have mercy on us, Ya Allah, forgive us our sins, Ya Allah. Lord, we ask that you allow the graduating students, Ya Allah, to be successful in this life, Ya Allah, but more than that, allow them to be successful in the next life, Ya Allah. And Lord, we ask our students who graduate to forgive their teachers who may have forgotten anything, Ya Allah. We ask them to forgive their parents who may have did any injustice that they may have done to them, Ya Allah. We ask the students to forgive all of the people who love them, who know them, to forgive us for anything that we didn't give you that you needed, Ya Allah. We ask Ya Allah to give them everything they need, Ya Allah, to be successful in their college education and to be successful in the next life, Ya Allah. And Lord, we ask that you give them increase in their livelihood and increase their parents in their livelihood, Ya Allah. Increase the parents in their livelihood because they will be those who will support them, Ya Allah. We ask, Ya Allah, to give the graduating students everything they need, Ya Allah, in this life and the next, Ya Allah. Give them the wherewithal to be successful, Ya Allah. Give them the determination, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, when they feel as though they come to a point where they cannot make it, Ya Allah, give them the reality and the understanding that there is hope for them, Ya Allah, that you don't place the burden of that they cannot bear, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we know that every one of us, Ya Allah, we know what it's like to be a student, Ya Allah. We know what it's like to strive and to struggle, Ya Allah. We know what it's like to have doubt, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, give them strength to remove any doubt they may have about their abilities, Ya Allah, because they have the ability you give them, Ya Allah. Let them realize, just as you've said in Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, that you don't place a burden on anyone they cannot bear, Ya Allah. So whatever they're going through in their college education, Ya Allah, let them realize they can deal with it. If the classes become hard and difficult, allow them to understand they can deal with it. If the subject is trying, allow them to understand that they can deal with it. Let them understand also they can also change their major. Ya Allah, have mercy on all of us, Ya Allah, and make us of those who continue to support these institutions, Ya Allah, because these are unique opportunities to every one of us, Ya Allah. Let us be of those who give our zakat for these institutions, Ya Allah, because this is a way that we perpetuate the next generation, Ya Allah. We are those who we must help them, Ya Allah. Let us be of those who help the next 7 generations, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Malik, Ya Hayy, Ya Dhul. Ya Allah, we don't have wealth, Ya Allah. Let us participate and support them with whatever we have, Ya Allah. Whether it's encouragement, whatever skill we may have. If we are educators, allow us to give them what we have in terms of education. If we are martial arts, allow us to come and teach them martial arts. Whatever we have, Ya Allah, let us give to them, Ya Allah, because they are the future, Ya Allah. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, wa la akbar, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وسلم تسليما كثيرا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
All right, congratulations.